This is a video of a hike I did in the central Wind River Mountains of Wyoming in August 2020. In the map of Wyoming, you can see Yellowstone in the northwest corner of the state and the Wind River Range in the west central part of the state. The range is about 100 miles long, and the puff of smoke drawing in this image is the approximate area I went into. It also looks like a ghost. Right now I'm not going to get into the I went there and then from there I went there and then I camped there. I'm going to leave a marked up topographic map at the end of the video if you would like to check out my routes and camps in detail. This is the Scab Creek trailhead about 26 miles from Pinedale, Wyoming. The elevation here is 8,200 feet. I started up the trail going from sagebrush into forest. The hike gains most of its elevation in the first 8 miles as you walk through forest and pass by several small lakes. At approximately 9 miles, the trail breaks out into the vast benchlands draining the south and middle forks of Boulder Creek, with views of the Continental Divide. This guy was waiting when I walked out of the woods. Looked like he had a rough night. I reached Dream Lake and hiked off trail above it to get to an arm of Raid Lake and decided to set up camp there. This is a view down Raid Lake in the evening from near my campsite. Later, I spotted something at the far end of the lake that I could not identify, but which would surprise me in the morning. So this is my first morning in the Bridger Wilderness, and I've got a pretty primo campsite. It's exposed, but the weather's really nice, and you can see it's really hazy. Seems to be smoke. I don't think there's any fires in the Wind River. This stuff could be coming from California. Who knows? But anyway, that's Bonneville Basin back there, and that's where I'm going to try to run around today. There's supposed to be some kind of old trail. It'll probably be hard to follow, but we'll see. This was the surprise. 2 trumpeter swans, and they were spectacular. They form pairs when they are 4 to 7 years old, usually mating for life. At one point they were near extinction, but now have stable populations in many areas in North America. They came into this sheltered bay both days I camped here, feeding on the aquatic plants. These guys decided to join the party. In late morning, I headed out on a day hike to check out Bonneville Basin. the swans were still there when I got back. Sun's going down. Had a great day. Got two trumpeter swans swimming around in the lake right here. It says Raid Lake. The Falcon Guide to this area, it says that in 1885 cattlemen raided a sheep camp near here, took the herders by surprise and killed their sheep. That's how Raid Lake and Raid Peak got their names. It's peaceful now. I said goodbye to the swans, packed up and headed northeast to go up the valley of Rainbow Creek to the pass into the Middle Fork Lake area. Right off I ran into these guys, guarding the area not far from Raid Lake, yellow-bellied marmots. This is a pass above Middle Fork Lake. Looking up that valley is Lee Lake. I think I may camp up there. It's my third day out. This was an osprey above Lee Lake. This is Lee Lake. I'm camped above here. And I just caught 6 brook trout, all about 12 inches. Really fun. And I'm not going to eat any. It's too late to deal with. But I hiked here from Raid Lake, and this is kind of off trail, and what an amazing place. So it's my 3rd night. Good morning. Drinking a pot of coffee. I'm at Lee Lake in the Bridger Wilderness. I was going to take it easy today and probably eat fish tonight, maybe even this morning. But I've looked up at the cirque there, and that to the right of that the smaller middle peak, the more rounded one, there's a nice pass there, and it's calling me. So I thought I was going to take an easy day. That really shouldn't be that hard to get up there, but I'm probably going to do some walking. We'll see. Anyway, it's beautiful, isn't it? Just The Wind River Mountains offer almost endless climbing opportunities and are recognized as a climbing mecca in the U.S. This remote 1,000-foot vertical face on Pronghorn Peak looks crazy difficult, but I'm sure people have climbed it. This is the valley of Middle Fork Lake, with Lee Lake closest to us. I'm camped down there. You can see the haze. It's still, nice here, but it'd be fun if it was really crystal clear. It's my 4th night. We had the first teeny bit of rain this evening. The sun's going down. It's late morning on the 5th day, and I packed up. I'm gonna hike around Middle Fork Lake, and not sure where I'm gonna camp tonight. Going the opposite direction from where you're viewing. I went around Middle Fork Lake and hiked down the Middle Fork of Boulder Creek to a junction with an old unmaintained trail that went back up above the lake and over a pass to an area I thought would be a great place to camp. There was a short, very steep way to reach the same area, but I had plenty of time and wanted to check out the old path. It was hard to follow in places, with cairns marking the way. About cairns, the word derives from a Scottish Gaelic term. The definition is stated as a marker or as a burial mound. In the mountains they are used to mark trails, usually above tree line. I guess the Scots needed them to not get lost in those foggy highlands. The first day I was on the trail, I met two guys, and we talked about the area in general. And they said at Bumark Lake, the only good place to camp was the Big Rock. And I found the Big Rock. So this is the end of my 5th day here in the Bridger Wilderness. You can just see a sliver of Bumark Lake. It's a really big lake, but I'll give a better view of it tomorrow. And that's Photo Pass is the pass kind of in the middle there. I'm going to go check that out tomorrow. And a pass right up here. So I'm going to probably do 2 passes. It's beautiful right now. There's a lot of clouds, so the sun could be kind of a nice sunset, but it's cool, but not cold. Well, that was a black bear, and he ran like crazy, but that was awesome. The bear was close in my camp, and when it saw me, took off immediately. I frantically ran to get my camera as the bear bolted through the willows and up the ridge. I was really lucky to get the video that I did. I don't know if the bear thought it was funny, but it was a really nutty scene. Here's my field notes. Sun's going down on the end of Bumark Lake here. And there haven't been that many good sunsets. on my trip because there haven't been that many clouds. Had a lot of clear skies. Okay, it's the morning of the 6th day. Boiling some water here. I didn't treat it, so I'm going to let it boil for, I don't know, very few minutes. Make coffee. That's Bumark Lake behind me, and Photo Pass, which is one of the passes I'm going to today. I think I'm going to go to 2. And I looked at the mountain to the right of the pass. It doesn't even have a name. You know, there's just so many big peaks here that a lot of them don't even have names. You just go by the elevations on them on the map or whatever. Anyway, it looks like an absolutely beautiful day. It's probably 7 o'clock in the morning. Sun's coming up on the ridge, guys. Here I am at Photo Pass. It's really windy. I don't know if you can hear me, but fantastic view back the way I came. That is the view back down to Bumark Lake and the Middle Fork area. And I'm heading back shortly. You may be wondering, who took that photo? It wasn't the bear. When I first arrived at the pass, a young woman was coming up from the other side at exactly the same time. Photo pass is narrow, and I sped up as if I was trying to beat her to the middle of the pass. She ran forward and we high-fived, laughing at the center of the pass. She, in the green hoodie, was on a 5-day trip with her mother and a friend of her mom's. She was leading them on a hike mostly off trail along a Wind River high route. We talked for a while and they left to go down and find a camp at Bumark Lake where I was staying. They were really fun, and I would see them later. On the right, that peak in shadow is Pronghorn, and the middle jagged peak is Bonneville. And the two-prong peak, a little more on the left, is Nylon Peak. Curious how it got that name. But anyway, I'm going down. I'm coming down from Photo Pass, and the wind died down here. I'm just below the pass, really. Hey, what's that guy doing coming in from the right, spoiling my nature shot? A lot of people are doing hikes on various Wind River high roads, some doing the entire range, mostly off trail. This area is on the route, and I saw more people than I expected. 2 or 3 parties a day, and I'm sure I missed some. Sixth day. It's late afternoon. It's been thundering. My 7th day out. This is still the camp at Bumark Lake. We had rain in the evening and last night, which was really nice being in the tent. I always love that. And it's always great when you get up in the morning and the sky's clear. So it looks like another beautiful day. Last couple of days there hasn't been any haze from the fires. Beautiful day. It's my 7th day out, and that's some wild country down there. It's pretty early morning. This is from Kakava Pass, looking into the Wind River Reservation. I'm going back over the pass and break camp and head out past some lakes, and kind of getting out of the high country today. This is probably a present left on the trail by my bear friend the day before. Looks like he had a lunch of berries and pine nuts. Well, it's goodbye to Bumark Lake and Photo Pass. I'm all packed up, ready to go. I headed down past a small group of ponds just above Middle Fork Lake. I hiked down the Middle Fork of Boulder Creek and past Sandpoint Lake and Bob's Lake. As I got to Dream Lake, I got pelted in a hailstorm and ran to take shelter under some willows. Then it got really beautiful. I decided to stop and camp at Crescent Lake, a small lake off the trail above the Middle Fork of Boulder Creek. The evening was really nice, and then it rained a lot during the night. Well, it's my last day. I camped here at Crescent Lake. This is just a little inlet. It's a small lake, off trail, very quiet. A lot of ducks and a lot of other birds. It's a big meadow behind the camera where I didn't see any wildlife, but it's lots of tracks and stuff. So 8th day, I think I have 9 miles to the car, and it's a nice day. It rained a lot last night, so my rain fly is soaked. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it dry, but no big deal. Again, Bridger Wilderness. This is one of the toboggan lakes. I'm getting farther down the trail. I think I only have maybe 3 miles. When you come to the aspens, you know you're getting near the end of the trail. Pretty nice. So I made it. It was a fantastic hike and as always much more spectacular than I could have imagined. Happens every time. Great weather, easy miles, lots of exploring. It was hard to leave. I drove back to Pinedale, spent another day in the area, and then headed home. Here's a marked map you can pause on if you want to check out my routes.